How you doing?
I'm so great, and I tell you, I was backstage, and guess what? I know that cantaloupes float.
She knows.
You know why? Because it was like a national sport in my childhood.
Really?
Well, we had a pool, and there was a lot of cantaloupes, a lot of melons.
Yeah.
A lot of melon work.
Now,
Melon work. I worked with them.
Do all melons float?
Well, I know that a watermelon floats, but the problem is we broke so many that we had a lot of little seeds.
Busted watermelons?
Busted watermelons.
Don't float. But when it's intact...
Oh, yeah. They'll go down and they go up. It's nice.
I appreciate you playing along.
Here's the deal. Who doesn't love a floating melon?
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right on the money there.
Paul?
Absolutely.
You have a lovely name, Mariska. Did I say it
You
correctly?
did.
Mariska?
You said it so well. I was quite impressed.
And it's
Hungarian. I was named after my grandmother on my father's side.
Your father, I guess this is an oft-told story, but let's go through it again.
Let's do it.
Your father, of course, was Mickey Hargitay, he was Mr. Universe?
Mr. Universe, Mr. America, and Mr. World.
Wow. Pretty cool. And is he still alive?
He's still alive, my dad.
Good.
I'm so impressed by my dad. He's a superhero.
What does he do?
He does everything. He's a builder, and he's in real estate, and he's writing a book. But when he turned 70, he started working out again.
Oh my God! Good for him.
His body is amazing, and he's so.
That's great.
Yeah. He's great.
And your mother, of course, was Jane Mansfield.
Yep.
Yeah. And she died, sadly, when you were just a kid, and you must now know everything about her. But at the time, being such a young child, you knew nothing of her, I would guess, right?
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot, but I have a couple of memories, and people have been so generous with me with stories, you know, regaling stories to me about her and telling me such wonderful things. She had such an amazing personality, and her private life was so different than her persona, and that's so exciting to me. You know, she was really.
And how was it different?
Well, she was a comedian. She was a trickster, a jokester. She was a violinist. She was an amazing musician. She had quite an IQ, which people don't really know, you know, with the melons and all. And wait a minute. Did I say that, or was I thinking it? I don't know. But yeah, she was amazing.
But for a long time in this country, she was like America's sex symbol, really, wasn't she?
Yeah. She was. Those are big shoes to follow.
You're doing all right. These are.
Oh, thank you.
You mind if we show these photos?
Please.
This is a very famous photograph.
Is that the greatest?
What have you found out about this since?
I love this photo. This is interesting.
Sophia Loren.
She doesn't look too happy there, does she?
Well, I would say curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
Inquisitive.
Yeah.
No, this photo actually haunted me as a child because I was like, I don't like that photo. But now I just thought it was wrong. And but as I get older, I feel like it's so right.
Yeah, this is fine.
And it's so fun.
This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this.
That's what I love about her.
When I was a kid, I remember seeing that photo, and it meant a great deal to me. Still does. And this is, are you in this picture? Is that you?
That's me.
Yeah, look at there. And this is your father, right?
Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking man, isn't he?
And how old are you there?
I am 3.
And all of these other kids are brothers, sisters?
Yeah, my brother Zoltan, who just had a baby named Zoltan. And if you're going to name your baby Zoltan, you got to be a pretty confident guy. Anyway, and my brother Mickey, who's named Miklos, which is my father's real name. Yeah. Everybody in our family gets the same names.
That's a great family. So, great picture, great family. Well, good
cool.
for you. Yeah.
Thanks.
We're back with Mariska Hargitay, and there's something about you're going off to maybe you did this, a magazine where everybody is, what was that?
Oh, God. Well, I had a little wild experience last week.
What was the magazine?
Well, it was Allure, which I was so excited to be in. My publicist calls me up and she says, Mariska, the Allure magazine wants you to be in it. I said, great, great, great. And she goes, it's the nude issue.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Hey, now wait a minute. So I said, I was like, oh no, I'm not ready for that quite yet. And she's like, no, it's Allure. It's going to be very high fashion. It's going to be fabulous. So I said, great. And they said, it's Allure, so they can't show anything. Great. So, the night before, I can't sleep. I'm figuring out how do I going to lose weight overnight. Nothing happens. I don't sleep. I'm literally having nightmares. The next morning, I'd wrapped that night at 3 in the morning, and the photo shoot was at 7:30.
So you finished working at 3?
Oh, yeah, 3 in the morning. So I go home and I'm like, why sleep? Maybe I'll work out for 3 hours. Anyway, so at 7:30 I get there and I'm just trying to have a smile on my face and I figure I'll drink coffee. Coffee's a diuretic, right? Okay, turn me down. So I go to the photo shoot and I walk in there and I go, okay, I'm ready to nude up. Right? What else can I say? All I have is my sense of humor. The guy, so this guy, the editor, who was so lovely, I literally walk in, I say, I'm ready to nude up, and he hands me this fluffy white robe, and he goes, take everything off.
There you go.
And put on this robe, and I'm like, I'm sorry? He goes, do it. I said, okay. So I go, and I go in the room, and I sort of take my pants and my shirt off, and I leave, my undergarments on, and I get in hair and makeup, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in hair and makeup, and they're doing my hair, and lovely job, and my makeup, and then the pedicurist comes in, and she says, I need your leg, and I sit like this. So I said, okay. So anyway, she goes, okay, just flip your leg right on over, and I have, my robe on, and so I flip my leg over like this, right? Yeah. And I flip my leg, and she starts doing my pedicure. Well, in walks the editor and sits down in front of me and goes, I told you to take everything off.
Oh my God.
I said, I'm sorry? And he goes, everything. And I said, why? He goes, panty lines.
Yeah.
So I have to take off everything. He goes, they finish my hair and makeup, and then they're like, all right, 5 minutes, rubber down.
Wow.
Rubber down.
Wow.
So they take me in the room. Yeah, wow, that's what I was saying, right? Wow.
Did you call the police?
I called my partner because, he's the best thing. He's a sex detective, damn it. So, so they start, rubbing me down with oils, and I'm like, oh, I'm fine with this. Julie. And so they go, okay, 2 minutes. And they said, oh, Mariska, don't worry. This is going to be a closed set. And I'm thinking,
that's
great.
good. Yeah,
it was good, right? Closed set, me and the photographer. I'm feeling better about the whole thing, I got to tell you. And I walk in, and there's the photographer, the editor, and his 2 hot 25-year-old assistants in there. And so I could see them going, dude, she's hot.
Well, that's good and bad,
right?
isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm like, you and you out. And they're like, no, we're holding the lights. Okay. So I'm standing there. Finally, the photographer goes, okay, Marish, are you ready? Do you need anything? Do you want some champagne or some scotch? And I was like, I said, no, I'm fine. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I'm ready to go. So finally he goes, okay. And I said, okay. And he goes, okay. And I said, okay. And so this went on for about 20 minutes. And finally I threw that robe off. And I was like, let's get to business. So who knew? I feel comfortable. And I feel like,
Now, when do we get to see the pictures?
In May.
And how much of you do we get to see?
Sweetheart, Mariska tells all.
The whole thing?
It's nuts.
Really?
Oh, no, I'm not going to lie. I did a little strategic legwork. And maybe one of these. Big laugh.
Well, that's all right. I can live with that.
It was.
I think we can get something done there. And the show is still doing great, isn't it?
It is. We keep, somebody's watching. It's
Good
really
for you.
good.
Good
Yeah,
for you. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you
you
very
so
much.
much.
Nice to have you here. Mariska Hargitay, everybody.